Yeah, turn me up. Yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm on the way up. 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 Been a long, long time coming.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? Back into another video on today. It is the Keeping It Raw podcast. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Click on that bell so that you'll be notified whenever we put up an upload. And also hit the word all so that you'll receive every notification from the channel. All right, guys, without further ado, let's get into it. All right, guys, you know we've been covering the Detroit Lions and talking about ways that the Lions can get better in 2024 so they can be a juggernaut. So you don't want the Detroit Lions to go from 12-5 to end up winning 7 or 8 or 9 games. You want this team to win at least 10 games. Yes, the schedule is going to be hard next season, but at the same time, you have to get better as a franchise. And I think that Detroit Lions can definitely do that with the addition of some strong pieces in the offseason and some strong free agents as well as draft picks. But we already know who Fletcher Cox is. We don't need to introduce you to Fletcher Cox. You already know that this guy is a mountain lion in the middle. You already know that this guy is a bear and a straight dog. And that's what you need in the middle. You need one of those guys that's going to be a silverback gorilla and a guy that's not afraid to bring it, man, on every play. Now, yes, Fletcher Cox is a little bit older, so maybe you may want to get him on a 1 or 2 year deal, something like that. He's one of those guys that can come in and provide leadership. He brings that veteran leadership to the team, as well as having a decent season too as well last year with 33 tackles, 18 assisted, 5 sacks, and 17 QB hits. You need somebody that's going to be a force in the middle. Now, I don't know why the Detroit Lions didn't want to have a reunion per se with Sue. I thought that the Lions should have probably brought Sue back and really bolstered that defense, and maybe Sue can bring that same type of leadership to the Detroit Lions, that veteran leadership. But maybe they felt like Sue would probably be a problem. I don't know. But to me, I thought that the Lions should have called up Sue and allowed him to be on his team to come back. Now, I don't know if Sue wanted to come back or not. There's rumors out there that said that he did want to come back. And then some people say no, Brad Holmes did not want him. But whatever it is, man, I thought that they should have probably gave him an opportunity to come in, especially after they released Bugs. I thought they should have probably gave him a phone call. But, man, definitely, man, Fletcher Cox is a veteran guy. You know what he brings to the table. He is a furniture mover, and that's what you need in the middle. You need a guy that can get pressure because you don't want Aiden Hutchinson being the only guy that is able to get to the quarterback, man. I mean, Detroit Lions struggled a lot getting sacks or getting pressure on the quarterback from other players. When James Houston went out and pretty much was done for the whole season and then came back into the playoffs, they really didn't have another pass rusher. I mean, Romeo Okwara, Julian Okwara, James Harris, none of these guys could get to the quarterback. Josh Pascal, Levi, none of these guys could give you that pressure that you needed besides Aiden Hutchinson. You know, you got literally no production from your defensive line besides Alim McNeil. I think Alim had, if I'm correct, I think he had at least 4 or 5 sacks, something like that. So he definitely had a phenomenal season. But definitely, I think that they can go out and get another interior lineman, a guy like Fletcher Cox that they can bring in maybe on a 1-2 year deal, and he would be a great addition to the team, man. He would be that mountain lion. He would be that bear in the middle, and that's what the Detroit Lions, they need to be able to get pressure up the middle to pressure these quarterbacks. What Detroit Lions struggle with is being able to get after mobile quarterbacks. They need to have they need athleticism too as well on the other side of Hutchinson. You need athleticism, guys that can flat out get after the quarterback. And I think if the Detroit Lions do that in free agency or they do it in the draft, I think they'll be fine. This team is only a few pieces away from finalizing that defense. They're a few pieces away from finalizing this defense. And if you bring in a guy like Fletcher Cox, you already know what he brings to the table. You know what this dude is going to bring to the table. Yeah, he's not a guy that probably can play every down like he used to because he's a little bit older. And you probably don't need him to play every down. but you would definitely need his veteran leadership and what he provides, because he still can clog up that middle, still can stop the run, and still be a wrecking ball. And that's what you need pretty much. You need to be able to get some help outside of Aiden Hutchinson. You can't have Aiden being the only guy producing off the line. You got all of these guys, John Kaminsky and Josh Pascal, Levi. None of these guys are producing in Detroit. So what you got to do is do whatever you got to do. And this is something that Brad Holmes normally does. He'll go out and get a guy on a 1-year deal. You know that. He brought in CJ. He brought him in. So you know that he'll do it with anybody else. Brad Holmes will bring you. He did it with Emmanuel Mosley. And he ended up getting hurt when he tried to come back. So I think that adding an additional piece like a Fletcher Cox to the defense would not hurt the Detroit Lions. It would only benefit this team to get a little bit better in 2024, because you need to get after the quarterbacks. All right, you guys, let me know your opinion, and I'll be back to you soon. I'm out of here. Peace.
One day it'll make sense. Till that day I gotta pay rent. You know, baby, need some new shoes. Gotta keep some dollars on the statement. Serena with the serve. Who is you what you deserve? Yeah. Who is you what you deserve? Who is you what you deserve? Yeah. Look, I feel like I should just be honest. I'm escaping traumas, trying to be the greatest, that's my promise. You know, I always stand on business, always been relentless. Know the trousers new and the shirt vintage. Living free of drama, still finding ways to make my own problems, chasing progress. A baddie sleeping in a bonnet, that's my favorite topic.